the pros of an alternative. Well, first of all, what is alternative investing? Let's define that.
So we define that as things besides stocks, bonds, and mutual funds.
Okay.
Things that you would not be able to invest with your Schwab or your TD Ameritrade.
Right.
So anything alternative. And some of the pros are, you might be a real estate professional and you know this market. You might be a franchise expert and you know that franchise, or you might be a inventory specialist, and so whatever you might have an interest in or an expertise in, or have a buddy that's you're going to loan your IRA to and he's going to manage it for you. So.
Again,
sometimes people think too, and for me, it feels like we're coming into kind of an uncertain era in the stock market, and I've seen the market crash by 30%. So this is kind of a hedge. I'm still have a little bit in the market, but I do a lot more alternative because I'm really happy with my secured, like we were talking promissory notes, I'm really happy with my secured 12% versus taking a risk in if I think the market's going up or down.
Well, you're in control of that because you did the terms, and that ain't changing no matter what happened out there, right?
Yes, correct.
It's kind of nice. It's
and
alternative.
if things go, if there's a zombie apocalypse, at least I'll be able to foreclose and have a couple houses. So I'll have
you have some physical stuff too, tangible.
Correct.
That's kind of neat.
Yep.
Sometimes I look at that, it's like, these numbers on the screen make me so happy. What if it just goes blip?
Yeah.
And I can't believe it hasn't already.
Especially if you're near retirement or something, and all of a sudden your nest egg just dropped by 30%. So a lot of people do this as a hedge. And a lot of our clients, honestly, there are a few of us that do exclusively alternative investments, but there are several that this is just maybe 20% of their portfolio, and they have a lot of other stocks, bonds, mutual funds.
Sure. I mean, it's divesting in your odd investment or alternative investment.
Yep.
So what are some of your own, the alternate type of investments you made?
Some of my best ones were mobile home parks or mineral rights.
Yeah.
I love the hard money lending too, because I can get a nice 12% return and I can keep that busy. Some of my others I've invested in startup companies and they've gone completely to zero. So I've lost everything in those startup companies. And I've learned a lot through that on what I'm looking for in a startup. At first I saw this, there was some sort of light bulb, and Lincoln Electric locally was involved or something. And I saw the investment come across my desk and it looked really interesting. It was bigger, better, faster light bulb, right? And so what happened was we had a gentleman invest quite a bit, and I was illiquid at the time. Otherwise, I might have invested. But what I discovered in that was it was like the engineer couldn't get out of the way for the marketer to take it to market, so it failed. So they had a great product, but they couldn't get it to market. So I learned early on that it's not necessarily about the product. There's lots of crazy products out there that are making money. It's really about the team taking it to market. Yeah. So I've learned through that, and I've still made mistakes in investing in startups.
No way. No, come on. You're not 100%? Come on.
So
loser.
Startups can be tricky.
Yeah, I'm curious that weed thing, but what was going on with that engineer? What was
I'm not 100% sure because I didn't have a front row view, but I was thinking, oh man, I was going to invest in this if I would have had the liquidity cash available. Yeah. And so it was interesting to watch. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's a near miss, but
yeah.
What else have you? Because I think you've mentioned some of the things you've been investing in, and it's kind of neat. But
probably the mobile home parks have been my most lucrative.
Okay.
And then sometimes too, I did quite a bit of real estate, kind of in my early beginning of starting iPlan, and a lot of that I was in the right place at the right time. So I wasn't the smartest person or anything, but during that time when I was loading up on real estate, it was the bottom of the real estate market. So I would love to say that I was so smart and timed it perfectly. It was just
happened to be that way.
It just happened to be that I had some money and was
buying real estate. You timed it perfect. That's how you know.
Yeah. So that was, I've had some nice real estate wings as well.
Well, you have to be busy investing, doing things to have that luck, right? I mean,
and I'll tell you what some of my luck was. I'm a little bolder than most, so I'm ready, fire, aim. Yeah. And so if we're looking at you and I are looking at the same property, or if I'm looking at a property with 100 other investors,
you're ready to go.
I'm rating the deal while you're doing a spreadsheet and asking for your friends.
Right.
Part of mine was speed and just having a gut feeling this is a good property. And then I also have a lot of exit strategies. So I have, I'll flip it, I'll repair it a little bit, make it less smelly or less ugly, and then sell it to someone to take it all the way. Okay. I could live in it if it's a zombie apocalypse. I could do a lease to own, or I could rent it. So whatever I was buying, I always had
Did you know though which exit strategy for each
I knew
one?
which one I wanted, but
You'd be able to kind of just
Yeah.
get it and then go, this is going to be the best exit strategy.
yeah, so I'd have to, I could pivot. So
Yeah.
that was another reason that I liked real estate too, because you have all these options. If you buy a stock, it's either going to go up or down. You don't have a lot of control. So some of my bold moves were because I had a lot of different options if I had to pivot.
Yeah. And the early bird gets the worm, right? Or in this case, the early bird gets the property, can actually do something when
Yes.
somebody's thinking about, how shall I attack this worm thing?
Exactly. So
yeah.
I've been lucky that way.
All right. Well, like I say, luck. People kind of make luck. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.